Okay, so hey guys, it's John again here, and today we're gonna solve one more linear search questions with using for loop. Then in this channel, after a little bit couple solutions, after couple questions solved, we are gonna go over the hash maps, linked list, and other things, to solve faster questions, like create better performance when we are solving the questions on the interviews, like linear search or any algorithms. So first of all, in this video, I'm gonna solve it like not like a rushly. This is gonna be my second time that's solving any algorithm questions. So the first video was like a little bit long, not a little bit, very long, and I tried to solve the equal diverse teams, as you can see in the screen, equal diverse teams. I couldn't solve, but like that was like 30 different test case, and I can easily solve like the first 29 of that 30. But this time I'll try to solve a better success rate question, which is the employee rating. This is a really easy question also, but also equal to diverse teams was also easy, but couldn't finish it. But this one is also easy, employee rating, and people are solving easily. Let's try. I already open it, then I'll click the Java 14, then okay, here the array workload. So let me just see the question first of all. Okay, I'm an IT company's manager. Based on the performance over the last 10 working days, you must rate your employee. You're given an array of an integers called workload, where workload I represents the number of hours as an employee worked on an ith day. The employee must be evaluated using the following criteria. Rating. Okay, there's only one criteria, and that one is rating. The maximum number of consecutive working days when the employee has worked more than 6 hours. Cool. Okay, there is a workload and 12 days. Find the employee rating. Cool. You're given an integer, and where n represent the number of working days, you're given an integer array workload, where I represent number of hours. Okay, blah blah. Approach. Workload with consecutive hours greater than 6. Okay, 2, 3, 7. Okay, it says consecutive hours greater than 6. I mean, 2 or 3 is not equal. Or for example, 6 and 3 is the between of that 7 and 8. It doesn't count. Okay, 8, 2, 11, 12, 10. There is like longest interval is that one. Therefore, return 5. Cool. Solve function provided here. Okay, then returns the employee rating. Perfect. First line contains an integer n denoting on the number of working days. Okay, I'll take the n here, read line.3. Then the array workload, creating the array workload, which is the string. Also the workload, I'm just returning that, parsing that integers in that string array workload, putting into the workload array. Perfect, I got it. So I'm just sending the number of days and the workload. Cool. All set. So let's find the answer. There are 7 workload here. The custom there is a sample input 3, 7, 8, 12, 4, 9, 8, and 3, 7, 8, 12 is the longest interval. Therefore, return 3. So okay, first thing I can do here, I can just create a for loop. Then in the for loop, I can just take every hour by 1, and let's just try to print that first. What's going on? Okay, 3, 7, 8, 12, 4, 9, 8, 0. Cool. Okay, so the thing I can do here, let me just clarify in the here. So I have some hours here, right? I have some hours, the workload here. Then if I should see the the workload greater than 6. I gotta see those also. 3 is not. 7 also here. 8 also here. 12 here. Then 4 is not. Okay, so I can see that I can do it something like this, right? If I have that array here, so it's just like following the consecutive, then it's going back to the workload less than 6 hours. We are just seeing the number 4. We can break that array and create a new array, which is after 4, like see what's going on. 9 and 8. Right now I have 2 different array, and I can find which array has the input more than, which array size is greater than return that size of array. Cool. I think that this makes sense. So let's If we understand the algorithm, I mean, this is in my head right now. Let's try to find. We have the hours, but I'm not gonna use it like this. Maybe I can change it later. I'm gonna use the normal for loop, okay? Gonna check the the index. Actually, I can use I0, and I will be workload dot length less than workload dot length. Then also I always increasing in every loop. Cool. Then we can use it as workload I. But now I'll create an array. I'll create a new array. This array, let's say the test array. Then this array will have, actually I'm not gonna create a new array. I'm gonna create a new list. It's better. Going to list, array list, and it will have the integer values, test array, test list, new array list. Cool. So this test list, if workload greater than 6, we're gonna add something to test. Yeah, test list dot add this workload. Of course we can add this work. Okay, else we are going to create that test list one more time or reset. Is it possible to reset in Java? Let me check. Yeah, it says remove all. Absolutely, we can remove all. Is it possible? Java remove all list, all the elements from the array list that also in the collection. Cool. Is it possible not to send this array? Okay, I got how to use it. Perfect. So I'm gonna use the remove all. Then I'll send the test list, same test list in it. Okay, test remove all. Then it means if it's then take the result. Okay, we'll make the result also here. It's also here. Before I remove all the test list, I gotta make sure that the result equals the test list size. Then I have to make sure that the result is greater than, the less than test list size. Then we can find the most thing. I think this is going to be an algorithm. I guess so. Like this will be the algorithm. I think so. Test. Okay, it passed the test. It passed the test case. Then is there anything I can do here? Let me see. This is ON. Obviously, okay, it accepted in some case. Oh, it accepted on any cases. Perfect. Was that fast? I got the score. It was like 6. I mean, now you're not gonna finish it, of course. I ain't gonna touch here the first place, but I'll touch this place. Okay, we already passed these cases, but I have to make sure that is it possible to make it faster, because I'm using for loop. Of course I can use hash set or something. Let's see, can you make it cleaner and faster? Okay, it's using the math max. Interesting. Sure, here's a cleaner version and faster. Max overloaded, current overloaded. If I see a workload greater than 6, making that thing, increasing the value. Array list to keep track of the overload workers. We use two integer max overload and current overload. Max overload stores the maximum number of overload workers we've seen so far, while current overload counts the number of overloaded workers in the current group. We iterate the workload array, incrementing current overload every time we encounter a worker with a workload or. Oh, I got it. I mean, it's the same. It's actually the same. Yeah, I mean, it's not changing. It doesn't change anything. So, I mean, possible to make it more performance. Pro already has a good performance, but if you want to make it even faster, so it says use a plain array instead of an array list. If you know the maximum possible length of the test list array, you could use a plain array instead of an array list. I mean, I actually know I actually don't know. Actually, yeah. I don't know what's the list size of the array. Use a loop unrolling technique. If the size of the workload array is known before and array is small, you could use a loop unrolling technique for iteration. Loop unrolling involves manual writing performance by reducing loop overhead and enabling better parallelize. Okay, this is a different algorithm. Finally, you can consider using a different algorithm that is better suited for the problem. And for example, you could try sorting the workload array in this scanning order and then grouping the workload is encountered. This makes the O and log n due to the sorting. What may be faster? The algorithm for sorting input sizes. And so let me check code. Is this code also? What is the time comp? What is the time and space complex code? ON, where n is the workload array. This is because the code is traced the workload array. Okay. The space element is the OM, where m is the number of elements in the test list array list. The worst case, all elements in the workload array have a workload greater than 6. So the test list array list will contain all n elements. In this case, space content will be ON. However, if there are fewer than elements greater than 6, space count will be lower proportional of the number of elements in test list. Overall, the code has good time complexity, but the space complexity is suboptimal due to the use of an array list. Okay, cool. I mean, it says ChatGPT says it's perfect. Let me check also this kind of array. It says like 100 ending like 100,000 input gives a really cool solution. Perfect. Let's save and submissions. Perfect. We solved it really fast, and there are so many people who solve it faster. Same. Okay. Let's go back to the liner search and come back to the screen. Okay, guys. I solved it a little bit faster. Yeah, faster than before because like it was easy. It was really easy, and it was easy to understand also. But the thing is, it's not this kind of things motivates you. You're solving fast, and the question before before the previous video was really hard to understand the question. You can easily see it was like 4 hours video, 4.5 hours video maybe. I I will edit this. I will edit that video, but that was like 4.5 hour process. I tried to understand, I tried to solve, I tried to improve the performance, and in the end, I couldn't solve it. Yeah, you can. I mean, sometimes you can't solve it. Yeah, of course you can use hash map, you can use something else, but there are some really deep cases. You should add more than one if else. I don't think the interview people, like even the senior interviews, they are not gonna ask something like this. Of course, they can ask those questions, but they are not going to, rush you, push you like that. Like hey, solve totally. I already solved 29 out of 30 cases. That was also good. Of course, the performance wasn't good that enough, but we I didn't work on the performance because I was using for loops, because I want to try the linear search algorithm. I want to practice the linear search algorithm. Once I learn the hash maps, linked list, blah blah, I'll go back to that video, that questions, and I try to change that for loops to the hash sets, hash maps, linked list, or something like this. Okay, guys. In this video, I solved a little simple question, linear search algorithm. I hope you liked it, and I hope you try it also yourself. It was like really easy. I'm really happy to solve that one too. Let's go forwards. Thank you so much. See you again.